Hello, I'm Rosie. I'm moving back home from university soon because my degree is now finished, which is so exciting. There'll be a few more videos filmed with this background since I'll still be here until around mid-June when I finally pick up and leave for good. But as a kind of farewell and goodbye, I thought I'd do a kind of bookshelf tour of the books that I have here in university, because there aren't that many, and I thought it'd be quite nice just to remind myself, looking back on how I'd laid it all out, and hopefully it'll also give you an idea of how I work, because I have a system with where my books are in their various locations and what that all means. And yeah, so I'm quite looking forward to it. It'll be the first time I've done any kind of bookshelf tour, and since it's quite small, it'll be a preparation for one maybe once I've reorganised my bookcases at home, since they are very untidy at the moment and I have a lot more books coming in. Let's get started. So to start things off, we have my TBR shelf, which also doubles as recipes and university books. First up we have my dictionary, which is massive, so I'm not going to get that out. Simply Chocolate, Cadbury's, Beginner's Step-by-Step Cooking, The Ultimate Student Cookbook, Lind Excellent, 30 Best Loved Recipes, Rough Guide to Yorkshire, because I'm hoping to explore Yorkshire a bit more. I then have my classics, which are Dante, The Divine Comedy. I've started reading this, but I'm having trouble picking it back up again because it's quite difficult. Tess of the D'Urbervilles by Thomas Hardy. This is another one that I'm hoping to pick up soon, but I'm struggling to get any incentive to do so. Memoirs of a Geisha by Arthur Golden. Looking forward to reading this. Child 44 by Tom Rob Smith. As you can see, I got an awesome deal on it, and because I do like a good mystery and I've heard lots of good things about it. Magician's Guild by Trudy Canavan. This was another excellent deal. I got it for about £2 in a charity shop. I really enjoyed the first book of her other trilogy, The Age of the Five, and I've heard lots of good things about this one as well. And then I have Alice in Zombieland by Gina Schwalter, another charity shop deal. I've heard mixed reviews about this, but it sounds interesting, so I'm definitely going to give it a go. Half Bad by Sally Green. I'm really excited to start this, and I'm really hoping it lives up to all the good things that I've heard about it. I then have Scarlet by Marissa Meyer. This is the second in the Lunar Chronicle series, and it's probably going to be the next book that I'm going to read. And then past this thing, which is keeping my books upright, I have my non-fiction books and university books as well. Peter Ackroyd's The History of England, Volume 1, Foundation. I am just really interested in learning the history of England, and this book seems to be quite a good overview of everything. Then have Oliver Sacks' Awakening. I love The Man Who Mistook His Wife for a Hat. That was a fantastic book. So I'm reading Oliver Sacks' Awakenings as well. I then have How to Get a Job in Publishing. I would love work in publishing. Working with books would just be my dream, and this book is very useful. Lots of handy tips, and it's quite easy to read, and yeah, I've just found it really useful so far. I then have How to Become a Clinical Psychologist. I took a module in clinical psychology as part of my degree, so I thought it might be good to read up on kind of how to get into that area and stuff, because it seemed like something I'd enjoy as well. So two completely different career options for me. Right for College is a fantastically useful book. I've used it so much during my degree. It's got advice on referencing, citations, structure, just anything you could possibly need. What is Clinical Psychology by John Hall and Susan Llewellyn. A bit of a reflective cover there. This is one of the useful reading for my clinical module. Another really useful book, or you ever wanted to know about research methods and academic skills. Then have Discovering Statistics Using SPSS, which is really heavy. This is another incredibly useful book if you're doing statistics. So on my printer I have the books that I've recently read but haven't reviewed yet. At the moment these are The Unfinished Symphony of You and Me, which I really enjoyed. It's just a really light-hearted book. The Girl in the Photograph, which is another really enjoyable book. I didn't quite enjoy it as much as I enjoyed The Unfinished Symphony, but it's still quite interesting. And then I have The Luminaries, which is something quite different from those two. I absolutely enjoyed that. It was a bit long, didn't understand some parts, but I just was engrossed in the story from the start out. And yeah, these are reviews that will be up on either on Goodreads or on my blog. Up here we have books that I've written a review for, but I'm planning to do a video review for this channel. Because I'm short, I can't actually reach The Princess Bride, which I quite enjoyed, but not as much as I enjoyed the movie. Elizabeth is Missing, which is brilliant, about dementia and a mystery, Dark Shade of Magic, and Cinder. So if my voice sounds a bit odd here, but I'm currently craning my neck to be able to see the camera, and the books as well. Expect reviews of these at some point in the future. And then once I've done all the reviews for each book that I want to do, they move over here, which is my red shelf. Like here on this side we've got just a bunch of magazines, a fitness book for when I went through my fitness craze, notebooks, and postcards for penguins, which is absolutely lovely. I have Quiet by Susan Cain. Absolutely love this book. It's about introverts in an extroverted world, and I've used it to get my head a bit around my dissertation project. All I Know Now by Carrie Hope Fletcher. Really entertaining advice book, so friendly. I just enjoyed reading this. The Bookshop Book by Jen Campbell. Another fantastic book. This one is just essential for all book lovers out there. It's about bookshops around the world, and what more could you want? Frances Hodgson Burnett, The Secret Garden. Really enjoyed this. It's one of my favourite books from my childhood, and it's nice to have like a proper hard copy of it since I've got a paperback at home. Haruki Murakami, After Dark, the first Haruki Murakami book I read, and I quite enjoyed it. It's an easy read, it's not too long. Speeding up a bit now because this video is going to end up quite long. I then have Slaughterhouse 5 by Kurt Vonnegut. I'm really bad at pronouncing names, so I apologise completely for all the wrong pronunciations in this video. This is a really good anti-war book. Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard, book that's just famous on BookTube. I unfortunately did not enjoy it that much. I found it too similar to other books I'd read. Priestess of the White by Trudy Canavan. This is my first Trudy Canavan novel, and I absolutely loved it. I'm really looking forward to continuing the series. Then We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. I quite enjoyed this, although I wasn't too big on the writing style. The Sin Eater's Daughter by Melinda Salisbury. I remember quite enjoying it, and after the first 100 pages it definitely picked up. Oh, my first graphic novel, The Wicked and the Divine. The artwork is really pretty, if I can find an example. Yeah, I enjoy those kind of pictures, and that just looks really cool with lots of bright colours. I then have this other pile of red books because they won't fit on this. First one is Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, which I loved. It was amazing and I would definitely recommend reading it. The Year of Reading Dangerously, which I also loved. This is definitely a book if you enjoy reading books. The Name of the Star by Maureen Johnson. I really enjoy books with Jack the Ripper and other serial killers, so this just fit the bill. The writing wasn't as good as I would have liked, but otherwise I just enjoyed it. City of Glass, the third book in the Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare. I love this series. This is definitely a book I recommend reading. Only Ever Yours by Louise O'Neill. It's set in a dystopian future where girls are bred to breed and look pretty, and just basically for the men, and it makes you think, and it's just fantastic. Bright Young Things by Anna Goodberson. I really enjoyed Anna Goodberson's deluxe series, but this didn't quite live up to that, but still entertaining read. My mega accomplishment, Les Mis by Victor Hugo. I really enjoyed this. The sense of achievement at the end is definitely worth the read, and once you get into the story, it's just fantastic. Finally, I have my hardbacks that I haven't read yet. Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare, which I'm really looking forward to starting, and then Trudy Canavan's Thief's Magic, the first book in her next series. I've got so many first books of Trudy Canavan, I really need to finish some of her series, but I got this as a really good deal. The Queen of the Tearling by Erica Johansson. I'm really looking forward to this. I was going to read it last month, but because of exams and dissertations I just didn't have the time. It just sounds amazing. So that's it for my bookshelf tour of my university accommodation bookshelves. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry if there haven't been any videos for a while because of dissertations and exams, but now I'm free. I'm hoping there'll be a lot more. Until next time, goodbye.